Have you ever decided you're starting to work out from tomorrow every day and tomorrow never came? Or maybe I should even ask, how many times have you decided from tomorrow you're starting something and tomorrow never came? Well, I'm very happy you're here because today I'm going to talk about good habits and why it's so difficult for us to start implementing them, why we go against what we really want, and it's hard for us to find the path for growth, development, why we always go back to our bad habits. We're going to talk about it today. Hi, how are you today? If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Adi and I'm a registered psychologist. I have a master's degree in clinical psychology and I help people achieve the life they want by overcoming the struggles and difficulties of everyday life. Here on my channel, I help you figure out what's holding you back from getting the life you want, personal development and growth, being the person you want to be. So please say hi in the comments down below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And don't forget to subscribe. I upload new videos every week on Tuesdays. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So why is it we go against ourselves? What is the psychology behind being so difficult to start new good habits? Why is it so difficult to just do what we want and what we really believe is good for us? Why starting to work out is one of the most difficult things that people start and try to do every day. Whether the change is diet, exercising, starting to study, starting whatever you want to do, changing behavior is one of the most difficult things that you can ever do. So I divided it into two. This week, I'm going to talk to you about the psychology behind it. We're going to start to talk about 8 reasons why we can't do it, why it's so difficult, just for us to a little bit start to understand ourselves. Next week, I'm going to talk about actual tips to start changing habits, to start from next week to get better at habits. So the first reason why it's so difficult for us is that we're motivated usually by negative emotions. We think that shame, fear, sadness, kicking ourselves in the butt will actually get us to change. But what it actually does, it reminds us of what we're not doing right. It gives us a reminder to how bad we are, to whatever we don't like about ourselves. A real change needs positive platform to launch from. It needs the good words. We need security in what we're doing. We need to remind ourselves that we're good so we can have more success in the future. Remember, you need positive reasons to take on the new challenge. Another reason that it's so difficult to start the good habits, a change that we want, is a type of thinking we call all or nothing thinking. How many times have you told yourself, I'm going to start running every day tomorrow, and the next day when you couldn't, everything is lost, you can't do it. It's either we're fully doing it or completely not, black, white. And I think we need to start thinking in a different way. Is there a gray? How do we push ourselves forward? We need to take off the table the all or nothing thinking. A third reason psychologically it's so difficult is that we try to do everything at once. You want to start smoking, you want to start eating healthy, you want to start working out, you want to be nice to everyone around you, and everything at once. Once you fail in one or all of them, you get discouraged and you just stop. It's not rational to ask yourself to change everything that's bad in your life. You have to start small. The next thing that happens is that we forget we need the toolbox. Like, you're not going to fix your car without using tools. It's kind of the same thing, okay? We need to find whatever works for us. For example, if you're going to start a diet, it makes sense. Maybe you sit, study about it a little bit, choose whatever is right for you. Maybe you'll have menus on your notepad or iPad just available, or maybe just reminders to drink water or eating healthy, whatever works for you. Some of these tools are very individual and some are widespread and apply to everyone. Remember, you need to use some kind of tool that helps you, that supports you in the long haul for the process. Next up, we have the fact that we're trying to do it all at once. Okay, if you're going to say, I'm going to start running 30 minutes every day, it's kind of difficult. It's a big change for someone who never ran, but you can start being specific, build small. We already talked about it in past videos about goals and how to set goals, is that you need to start small. Okay, you can say instead 30 minutes a day, try doing 1 minute or even 10 minutes, if you can, of walking, of running. Every small achievement that you get is going to be a small step in the right direction for behavior change. So be specific. Don't try to do it all at once. It's not going to work. The sixth reason why it's so difficult is that we just want to be there already. We want to be skinny, we want to be healthy, we want to stop smoking, and we forget, like everything in life, it's a process. We need to take small steps again to support what we're doing, okay? We can't just be there. It sounds, and we convince ourselves that it's that simple, that a behavior change is just, okay, we decide and then we're there. But again, losing weight or even adapting a new behavior takes time. So next up actually relates to the sixth one I just said, and it's another step in the process, and it's failing. A few weeks ago I talked about why you need to fail in order to succeed. I'm going to link it here if you haven't seen it, but you need to remember that failing is part of the process. It can't just go smoothly, no problem. And through failure, we can learn. We learn what worked for us, what didn't. If we know how to address it, how to analyze it, we can actually use it as another stepping stone in the road for our success. But we have to remember, we can't demand ourselves to change our behavior, to make big changes in our life without failing, without being a part of failing at least once. Let's be honest. The last thing, let's be honest, bad habits are just too easy, and sometimes even more fun, at least at the beginning, because let's say you prefer to have the weekend binge watching Netflix. At the beginning it's going to be fun, but it's probably not that good for your social ties or your work or studying, but it is something that we like to do, and it's easier to choose it. I want you to remember that even if you have a love-hate relationship with your bad habits, they're part of your life. And it's kind of like an old friend that you're trying to say goodbye to, that you don't want to have ties with, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. It's not easy. Good habits, on the other hand, take work. But they do make you feel better in the long term and not in the short one. What it takes a commitment. It takes a plan. Sit down, make a commitment with yourself about what you want to achieve. Be specific. We're going to talk next week about exactly how to start doing it. But the key thing is that it's not easy, and you need to make a commitment for a change. So next week, we're going to dive in and see how to actually start implementing new habits, better habits into your daily life. I'm going to talk about the practical tips to start from next week to apply new rules to your life for personal development, for growth, to achieve the life that you want for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like this video. It really supports my channel. Subscribe and hit the bell button. I upload new videos every week on Tuesdays. And until the next time, bye.